Hi, Leather Rock here. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to decorate a Christmas tree. And this is my tabby girl. Excuse me, my Cassie. Oh my goodness, am I stoned? Shh. Don't you get violent now, Cassie. You just got some wet food. Be good. I was trying to use Tabby Boy, and I think he's hiding under my bed. So, check this out. I now have a Christmas tree. Look, it fits the table, and there's only one problem. I have to decorate it, so I guess you guys go and watch, huh? So I had to give some thought to the color scheme, and I first took into account what I already have going on here. And then I thought of something kind of important, and that leads to the fact that I'm wearing this pretty beautiful sequin face mask here. Now, obviously, you don't have to wear masks when you're in a house, especially if you're only with the people you live with. But the point is, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And while I can't say I don't feel like being festive, because that would totally be a lie, and these are the Christmas holidays, still, this is the age of COVID-19. And so with that, I don't want to have an extremely chaotic, multi-colorful color scheme. And I'm thinking a lot of things like the president, and I'm thinking of sometimes we feel depressed, and when you're depressed, you feel blue. But then I'm also thinking about Trump, and I'm thinking of red and President Trump and about the election and things. So I really want as much of a red color scheme as possible for the tree, and that way it will go well with the red, the blue around us. And maybe have some white in, and definitely have a patriotic feel. But obviously I have to keep it in scale with the tree here. And while we're doing this, we can talk about some family heirlooms and some stuff. I know you guys like it when I talk and I tell my stories and stuff. And maybe Tabby Boy will get his ass out of my bed so that we can have a proper discussion with that big fat bastard cat of mine. So, oh, and I got lights. And the thing is, obviously, I think a 50 light strand would be better, but the only thing that we could find that lights actually work are 100 light strand. But I have a purple lights, and they're kind of like the fuchsia kind of purple that's halfway between a red and a blue or purple. So that'll probably be good. And you know what? It'll have to do. And you know, I like those colored lights better than the white lights. They're less harsh. Hey, Mark. Happy holidays. How are you doing? I guess I have to put the lights on first. So, and yeah, I wasn't joking about inhaling earlier. But that said, that's it. I'm okay. Actually, I'm more than okay. I really had a really fantastic start to the week, and I'm actually ready to get some Christmas spirit, even though I'm still feeling the effects that we're all feeling about the fact that it's a coronavirus thing. And now that they're saying it's mutating, but now they're saying that as far as the vaccine goes, it was deliberately designed so that there would be all these different ways that you can recognize it, all these different facets of its personality, so to speak, so that even though it may mutate, it will still be recognized. So don't worry about thinking the vaccine might not help. So if you were thinking about that being an excuse not to take it, don't do that. And also, Dr. Fauci himself got his vaccine on camera. At least that's what my mother told me. I really didn't have TV news on my mind these past couple of days. I just, because, don't you get tired of being all cooped up? Pot is going to be legal. You're talking about state of New Jersey as of January 1st. But actually, when they're going to start, I don't know if they're going to totally turn the blind eye to people doing things on January 1st. It actually might not be till April or something. I'm not sure, absolutely. But But one thing though that's pissing me off, since you brought that up, now if I have a stream that's what's all it's about is weed, then YouTube decides to totally age restrict me and put me through all this bullshit. So I'm seriously thinking about finding another venue, another avenue with which I can talk about weed and not get messed with. And if there's enough interest, maybe you guys can follow me over there. But I'm not going to abandon YouTube. I don't want to do that. But I'm not going to change certain interests I have. And you know what? The weed is certainly one of them. I'm just saying is that if YouTube, it sucks. I'll have a video that a lot of people seem to like, and that people keep on coming back to and coming back to, and it gets a lot of, big views. I'm not talking about my makeup tutorials and certain things that I don't know. There's a certain limited audience, but certain things like body piercings, certain teaching videos and marijuana videos have a big audience of men, women, big wide age range. It's a kind of a universal thing. It's almost like food. Everybody likes to eat. So, but there's a lot more people that like cannabis than do like makeup tutorials, for instance. But because cannabis is largely illegal, depending on where, and also nobody wants to corrupt kids, YouTube is going to do these age restriction things. And I'm all about protecting young people. But in the same token, if I'm not talking in what I think is a provocative manner, I don't see what the issue is. Anyway, I would like to get back to the Christmas thing so that they don't age restrict this when I'm just trying to decorate a tree. And if they do age restrict it, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, so, but let's think about where else I can do that kind of discussion. I don't know. Could I do that on Twitch? Because I do have a Twitch account, and Twitch is not for. I heard that you can actually sync your YouTube channel with your Twitch account, but the thing is that Twitch is a live streaming thing, and I don't want to divide my audience. I mean, I know you need to be on more platforms to get bigger sets of eyes, but I don't know if that would take away from my views on YouTube. But actually, I don't know if weed is even okay to talk about on Twitch because there's a whole lot of young people there. That might actually be verboten. So, but if I do something like a Patreon, that means I'm going to have separate content that I'm going to have to create just for that. And so that's going to add to my workload. The 3 videos a week that I'm supposed to do for YouTube, I'm going to have something else for Patreon. So, because otherwise, why would it be worth their while if everything they could see elsewhere? It's not fair to them. In the same token, so many of the things I put out, if I care enough about something to film it, I want people to see it. And so many of the people who actually watch my stuff and subscribe, some of you can actually, I feel like we're friends, and a few of you, we are friends. So if I'm talking to my friends and people who could be my friends, I want to share something that I care about and it matters to me. Otherwise, why build it, right? So I just feel bad if I'm saving some things aside. It seems really, I don't know, it doesn't seem right. So, okay, I think I've got this untangled, and putting the lights on a tree is probably my least favorite chore of this whole shebang. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Now, apparently, people are supposed to check for fuses, which I didn't know that they were even a thing for lights, for these kind of lights anyway, and as well as missing lights before wrapping your lights up and putting away for the year. And I didn't know that. And these haven't been used for a good couple of years. You certainly don't put these lights on when you stick branches of live pine trees in a vase of water. Yeah. So there was another one of these and it didn't work. So my mother just threw it out. So let's attempt to string this. But you know what? I think I should put this closer to here. So, but I think I'm going to have to ask. I'm going to have to evict the Holy Family. Oh, I hope I don't go straight to hell for this. But I don't know. I personally don't believe in hell, okay? I think that hell can be created at the hands of terrible humans. Hell can be experienced in a form when you suffer a great loss. Things can seem hellish, but are just really sucky. Like, I guess, really uncomfortable aspects of homelessness. Being stuck outside in the rain and it's cold, you don't have a coat, and, stuff like that, or whatever. But aside from the dogmatic stuff, that's not my understanding of the world. But that said, I don't feel like assassinating any sacred cows, at least not today. I want to celebrate the holidays, and I want people watching my content to feel happy in whatever tradition they are practicing. And by the way, I'm not thinking of just Christmas here. I really wish I'd had a menorah. And I have a couple of different Jewish friends through the years who told me they're going to give me one. And one of these years, no hurries. Plus, the more things you have, then you have to store it and stuff. But so I've got this now where that creche thing was, and I can hope you see me. See? Now, I brought this out. Might not look like Christmas, but it's the Liberty Bell, and it seems like it's a good time to have something that reminds me of our special, precious American heritage. Now more than ever, we have to remember what made our country great. And regardless of what the future holds immediately, this is still reminiscent of our founding, and I'm going to put it here for Christmas. So, okay, some people start at the top, some people start at the bottom. I'm going to take a look at this. I think I started to tangle up again, and that really sucks. I think the most important thing you have to do is to allow for how close you're going to get to where you plug it in, and you see how the bottom of the strand of lights always has a bunch of extra cord. So, and now that I tangled it up again because I'm a dumbass, I am going to get this plain area, and the power strip is down about 4 feet. I hope I don't stress out the other electrical connections. So you have to not tug hard when you do this. So I'm going to plug this in. There. And I'm going to have to be very careful not to yank this because I don't want my computer to fall down and go boom. If the stream interrupts right away, that might very well be the cause. How's the weather like where you are? Anybody is watching not in my area? You know that the meteorologists say for some parts of the country there is a chance of at least briefly having a white Christmas. Of course, a lot of other people are probably going to get rain, and I think where I live, we're going to get rain. Maybe not in the morning, but it's going to end up, it might be quite rainy. So it doesn't look like Christmas Day is going to be a day for running around. I guess suggest you get where you're going, if you are going anywhere, early enough, and you probably want to stay put and off the roads. It's not going to be probably very safe and welcome and fun to travel. And of course, if you listen to the Centers for Disease Control, they're probably telling you that Christmas is canceled and you better not travel. So, and if you're in California, I think you're under lockdown, huh? You know what? I don't know. Should I push this a little bit further back? I feel like I want to. There. Is that better? No, I want to give myself room to not feel like I have to be bent over just so you can see me. No, that's not right. Here. Let's see. How's this? Okay, this is a little bit better. I'm going to add a tree skirt and stuff. But I gave a whole lot of thought to the colors behind this. At first, I just set aside some real skinny things because I always set aside the different thicknesses of garland. And I have a little bit of a loose organization in the front, the grow room. That's always been where the Christmas decorations have been stored that aren't the decorations that are in this big footlocker that's full of Christmas stuff that has been, a lot of them have been family heirlooms since my childhood or in prior, or things that my mother has got from when she worked at a Hallmark store, and she worked at a Christmas tree shop when they were briefly in Atlantic City. This is when I was living out in California. So, because my mother never worked outside the home when I still lived at home. She didn't start when I was in high school. She became a Boy Scout, a Cub Scout leader when my little brother was in that age, and she was your first year of den mother, and I used to go and assist her when they were doing different troop activities and stuff. And then my mother ended up being a Cub Scout, a trainer of den leaders, and never as a paid member of the BSA, but as a volunteer. And she did this for quite a long time. When I would come home for Christmas vacation and they would have scouting activities, I would help in different things. One year at the Shore Mall, which in Atlantic City, well, outside Atlantic City, but it is closed now. I portrayed the Statue of Liberty, and I took attendance for the people that had different booths in the different, well, not booths, different dens and different troops. And I used gold eyeshadow and I covered my face with it, and I wore like a toga, and we made something that looked kind of like that crown headpiece. And I added some kind of dusty green to give it that patina look. So I have, one year I painted myself with tiger stripes to do some kind of animal thing, and I did the zebra stripe makeup. Some of you have seen the video that I did where I showed how I do the zebra stripe makeup. I could do the zebra stripe thing in my sleep. Boy, this is tangling up. And both of these were wrapped around those traditional cardboard things with the jagged edges. It was really annoying to find two different lights on the same thing. One worked and the other didn't. And my mother and I sat there and untangled these two strands of lights. And then one of her good friends called, speaking of the Boy Scout stuff. See, I know I may talk in these stories that get a little confusing because I get on these little tangents, but there's a method to my madness. Let me see your comment now. Oh, did you hear about the weedtube.com? No, I didn't. But when I finish my thought here, please tell me if I just put. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to interrupt my train of thought right now because, yes, that is important. So let me grab a pen. Hold a second. And thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That may just be what the doctor ordered. All right. The we2.com. All right. Now, thank you for that, Mark. Okay, now getting back to my story, if I can get back in gear, I met somebody earlier today, and they had a vape pen, and that is, I was inhaling it a lot to try to get a feeling, and I think the battery was running down, and it wasn't the battery was running down, it was almost out of juice. But it tasted good, and I'm not sure I felt anything. And then I did get a little tiny bit of something, and I felt it, and it was really nice, and it tasted really good, but I don't feel anything now. But anyway, back to my story, if I can even think of where I'm going here, because I got totally distracted. And I really hate when that happens. Oh, yeah, so my mother's friend called, and she had been a scout leader, too, and she trained her. Lady, she and her family were so nice to us. Through the years, okay, when my father was sick, the lady and her husband and her sons, she had two sons, and I don't know, were they old enough to help then? They took my father to medical appointments. When my father was so weak that it was hard for him to stand and walk with his walker, they helped him. Her husband is a big, strong man. He used to be a police officer. Their sons right now, they're two big, strong young men, very, very nice people. Sometimes they work as bouncers at bars and stuff. Really good young people. When my father died, they all showed up at the viewing and the funeral and all that stuff. When we moved from the inlet to where we are now, they drove us in a pickup truck, and my garden that was all in these big pots, because I had giant, well, not giant, well, some of them were pretty big pots in my garden that I moved around for the sun. They moved all of that, and all these plants were in my grow room. And through the years, this lady showers my mother with gifts sometimes. Well, look what she gave my mother today. And I'm opening this, and I'm not going to disturb the paper, but anyway, there's different kinds of presents and things. And this just was delivered like 3 hours ago, okay? So they call and they don't even live here in Atlantic City or Egg Harbor Township or wherever the hell. I think EHT is where they live. Well, the husband and wife moved down to Virginia or something. They bought a house down there. But their house in EHT, they never sold it. The kids are still there. They're taking over paying the mortgage or doing whatever. So they're living up here. They're working up here. The parents are down in Virginia. And I think they have a daughter down there. So I went down there to open up the door and to bring the stuff up there. I told him, I said, look, I appreciate everything your family has done for us through the years. You are as good as gold as far as I'm concerned. I said, nothing is too good for you. And I really appreciate the love and respect you've treated my mother through all these years. You know, my mom is 79 years old. Okay, she deserves to know who loves her. And plus, with so many of her friends dying through the years and stuff, So anyway, that was today. And it's important to let people know that they mean something to you and that you're grateful for the impact that they have made on you. And, and he said, the kid said, her son, she has two sons, and I confuse them. They look kind of similar. And anyway, they're real nice people. I told him, I said, I really appreciate everything that you did for us. And he said he looked at my mother as like another mother to him, and he loved her. So, hey, there are some good people in the world. There really are. And if anybody I know, like my brother, can hook them up with some more bouncer work in some of the clubs with some of these promoters around here once the COVID is in our rearview mirror, yeah. Because good people, one of the best things you can do for somebody is get them work, So, look at this. It's all tangled up, man. Yeah. Be nice if they could make these lights so they were totally smooth. But then, if they were, then they wouldn't stick out nice. You really need the profile of the lights sticking out. Otherwise, you could just have like these LED strips like you would use to decorate with. But I think it looks really cool to decorate with these lights, And I loved having them in my windows. Not recently. I had them, how many Christmases ago did I do that? But the thing is, in order to do that, you have to obviously not have anything that's going to touch it in case these get warm. And there was residual tape from other years, and you don't want the lights to touch anything. And that also means you can't cover and shade yourself from the sun in the morning because of the lights. Unless, of course, you finally do. I guess you could put them on a timer so that, because how late are you going? Unless you're a real late night person and you're up until dawn, in which case then you can unplug them and then put a shade so that the sun doesn't bother you. But if you're going to go to bed at a normal hour, then, how are you going to have any shade to protect the sun from bothering you? Okay, now, I hope you don't hear music in the background. My mother called my brother to tell him that I was doing a live stream and I don't want to get a copyright strike. And 3 copyright strikes and you lose your channel. And I have always respected him whenever he does his podcast. I would never do anything to disrespect him, and I'm always quiet. And yet now that I am doing my live stream, my brother is blasting the music again, and this is not fair. Mom, would you please call him and tell him to please turn the music down? I am on live right now, and YouTube can hear music. And if I lose my channel because he will not respect me, please call him. I love The Who. I would play them myself, but not on YouTube when I'm on live. Welcome to my life, people. When you have a studio, normally when people have a real studio set up, they have a light that says on and quiet in the studio. They have maybe some kind of soundproofing so that you have total control over your audio, so that people can't do things to cause trouble for you. But now we have somebody who obviously has no respect for me, and I've been doing the showbiz stuff a lot longer than he has with his podcast bullshit. I try to treat people with the respect that I would want to be treated. But if you're going to do that and risk my channel by fucking with my audio when I'm trying to do something, all bets are off. I've been doing this stuff a whole lot longer. I had a Hollywood showbiz career when he was a little kid. Don't fucking cross me. Don't do it. Now, let's get back to lighting the tree because it's Christmas time. Welcome 2020. I can't wait 2020 to be gone. And I can't wait for there to be healing of the wrongs in the world. So, untangling some lace would be nice too. So, all right, now, make sure that this is not tangled anymore. Okay, good. It's not. Now, start over. There, I'm going to plug this back in. Oh. I was in such a good mood before. I was so happy, And I'm not prone to mood swings or anything, but I think it's a natural human reaction to get discouraged when life circumstances change, or when things happen beyond one's control, or when things that are beyond one's control happen deliberately because of other people, whether it's their carelessness or Pat the Patriot. Hello. Oh my goodness. I want to tell you something. I'm going to have just after Christmas, I'm going to have some very special programming coming up that's going to be positive and uplifting, and we'll definitely have some anecdotes about being brave enough to wear Trump stuff out in public and just put some positivity out there and have some adventures and stuff, and all about feeling positive things in support of our president. And I wanted to say that because I got to break out the MAGA hat these past couple of days, okay? And it felt real good. I almost thought I didn't have it on me. I had this because I wanted to wear a Santa hat, and I said, oh, I have my MAGA hat, and I got to wear it. I got to stump for Trump this past couple of days. So, okay, I'm going to have to do this backwards, or maybe, yeah, here, I'm going to start on the bottom, huh? Does that make more sense? I'm going to maybe back this up just a little bit. Here, please don't fall off the thing. That's like a baker's, what do you call that? A baker's, it's a series of shelves and it's real narrow. And it feels kind of unstable. Here. I tried my best to fluff out this tree the right way. I probably could have spent a little bit more time doing it, but actually most of the time I spent was picking out the ornaments. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Thank you. I am so serious. You can't read a fashion magazine or a sports magazine or something without there being these apologetic articles or the headlines that are basically designed to make us invisible. And again, boogeyman, like everything is our fault, you know? Oh, that's another reason why I decided to bring this. Did you see when I decided to put this as a part of the display? Because it was very important for me to have something about our American heritage. That's why I did this. This is in Philadelphia. I've seen a Liberty Bell at least twice up close. I have some pictures. If I can find out how to show pictures on video without just taking them and putting them, that's what I would do. I would do it the easy way. But that's something that, yeah. I took a chance and I took some more pictures. I'm filming from my Chromebook. I still haven't called Best Buy about making the appointment to turn in the Lenovo for servicing yet. I'm sorry about that. I know I need to get on that. Oh, I have some good news for you. I got some help and I learned a little bit about my new cell phone. I now I know about where the cameras are and I know how to pick up a Wi-Fi signal on it. And it's pretty thrilling. I have this new toy now. I can't wait till I find out how to use it to not only the film with, but how to edit the things up so that I can use it to produce content so that I can have this much smaller camera when I'm out in public and I can film on the casino floors and do different things. And by the way, I tried experimenting with that a little bit, but I don't want to jump ahead of things. But anyway, it's, I still have an awful lot of learning. Yes, my very first. I'll show it to you in a few minutes after I get the things set up. It has a nice weight in the hand, and after I was shown a few things, it was because I didn't know how to turn it on or anything, and I didn't realize that there was something when you hold it, there was a button that you squeeze and it turns it on. So there's nothing that requires a thumbprint or something that obviously the person that gave it to me doesn't have my thumbprint or anything like that. And the thing is, if they're watching, they didn't wipe all their data off of it. They have one or two of their cat pictures in it. Very beautiful cat, But and I don't know, I accessed the user manual online like last week, meaning I did a search and I found out it existed. I glanced at it, but I honestly didn't really look at it or take notes. I just knew now that I can access it when I have the time. I've been doing other things, like mainly trying to find ways to eke out a few cents on the internet day job things and getting ready for Christmas and focusing on my YouTube channel. And I found out that Hotmail now has a storage limit. I've been between 90% and 92 point whatever percent of my storage limit. And I mean, you have a spam folder and you have the regular folder. And I know I attract a lot of spam because I use that address for these offers that I signed up on for all these mailing lists for as part of my day job for a lot of things I wasn't even interested in, just to get paid to sign up for these lists. And all of a sudden it's coming back to bite my ass because I've got all these stupid things that I've been unsubscribing from. But the thing is, there's some things that I'm actually interested in that sometimes I'm unsubscribing from, like some of the political newsletters. And I don't want to not do that. But that said, reading all that content takes time too. And there's some overpriced makeup and skincare companies that I unsubscribe from because, first of all, I'm never probably going to buy this stuff. It's too expensive. And second of all, I'm just getting too much mail and I don't want to lose that account. I'm referring to my Hotmail account. And that's my most important email account. I check it more than anything else. But that said, I have some Yahoo accounts that I really need to get back into. I've been told by Yahoo that if I don't get into them before January something, I'm never going to get into them again. And I need to just go. It's not that I don't need that I don't know the passwords. I actually, passwords are easy to get reset. I don't know what my excuse is, but anyway, sometime this week I need to get on it. Because all you need to do is check in one time and you're fine. And I don't know what the hell my problem is. But there. Okay. Yeah. Do you guys hear some music in the background? Do you hear this? He's doing it again. Excuse me. I will lose my channel. 3. Okay, you are allowed 3 copyright strikes. YouTube terms of service. Do you guys know that you are allowed 3? Excuse me, no, I'm going to talk about this. You need to hear. All right, I'm going to shut the door. You are allowed 3 copyright infringements. When you get 3 copyright strikes, then at YouTube's sole discretion, they can terminate your channel. And if I'm walking down the street and I'm too close to a beach bar, for instance, it's my responsibility. It's not their responsibility to turn the music down. It's my responsibility to get out of the way. Okay, but when you are home and somebody has been told that you're filming and they're deliberately doing this, that is height of disrespect. Now, that said, I'm going to go back out there. Mom, please deal with him.
Already called him 3 times.
Okay, am I not always respectful whenever he's doing his podcast? Whenever he's talking long distance to whoever, Joey James or whatever the guy is? I don't disrespect him. Do I go to his, when he's promoting his wherever, do I go to his turf and do his thing where he is? No, I don't. I expect the same respect. And this is live, all this is going on.
I know that. I have my door open and all.
Okay, please call him again. Okay, you guys. I really love being a YouTuber, and I unfortunately do not have a soundproof studio. If I were to actually lose my channel, it would really suck because I haven't chosen an alternate platform. I am on Twitch. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in getting on there at least. So if you want to, you can at least keep in touch with me. But please, just as a backup, I would advise all of you watching me, if you haven't already, try to be aware of any of the other places.
I could barely hear the music coming from his room. Why are you doing this?
Okay, can I please go on with my thought now? You remember we're live.
Yes, and I told you I did my best.
Thank you. You do your best, do your duty to God and country, and obey the law of the pack. Gotcha, Scouter. If that sounded sarcastic, yes, it is. Anyway, where was I going? Merry Christmas. I really, between dealing with the ghetto and dealing with some of this, it's, but some of it, and I never wanted to bring this up. It's not very professional to air one's dirty laundry and these things. And I didn't set out to be a tawdry, poor person's version of keeping up with the Kardashians, That said, if you want drama, this is not, I don't know. What do you think? But okay, let's get back into old family history, shall we? All those years I was in Los Angeles making a life for myself, and I started getting more and more acting gigs, and I was a stage dancer then, and I was doing some modeling stuff. That modeling started in dribs and drabs, but I started meeting more people and having more opportunities. And anyway, I was building a career for myself prior to 9/11, putting a big, putting a temporary, at least, kibosh on everything. And so I came back here because it didn't seem like I had much choice. But during that time that I was out pursuing my career, my kid brother seemed very resentful of the fact that I left home. And yet, when I came back, he didn't like my uppity attitude because I was showbiz and I wasn't an ordinary person. And he thought I dressed funny. He never respected the fact that I was in films and television shows and that I was in lots of rock videos and stage dancing. I don't think he knew too much about because he didn't need to, you know. I can understand not appreciating or respecting that, but the modeling, you know, a lot of people don't respect that because they think it's a very superficial thing. And plus, if you're not doing a very major league version of it where you're in the high fashion magazines and you don't even get out of bed for $10,000 or less or whatever. So, small time things many people will never respect. And if they never respect you as a person, no matter what you do is never going to be good enough. That said, I think it's really so ironic that now he is doing some decidedly showbiz stuff, and I have not opened my mouth. I don't even know too much about it except what I hear through her, but I don't know really that much about podcasts. I don't know if they're audio only or if you also see video, but apparently somebody somewhere else heard about him and he's on somebody's radar, so he has a following of his own and he makes personal appearances and he does things. Again, a decidedly showbiz thing. And whenever I hear that he's doing something, he's talking long distance on the phone or he's doing his thing, I'm quiet. I like to blast my talk radio. I turn it down. I am quiet. If I do have something playing in my room, I close the door. Even if I'm filming, if I'm doing a video or something like that, usually I'm someplace with the door closed where it doesn't affect him. And he always has his door closed so that nobody disturbs him. And yet, when I'm doing something, he doesn't give me the same respect. That's unacceptable. How would you feel? I really think, I know this might sound entitled, I think I deserve a studio that can be properly soundproofed with some kind of a barricade of sorts so the outside world or one's home situation cannot intrude. Where the windows aren't so sensitive to the outside ghetto that when people have fights over being shorted a crack rock or an encounter between a streetwalker and a customer that went badly doesn't result in some kind of fist fight right underneath one's bedroom and unfortunately coming on the audio. I would really prefer to not have to deal with these things. So, let's see. So here is the light on the tree. Okay. Now here's the next thing that we are going to do. And first of all, I'm going to see how good we are on the power. I do have the plug-in, but the cord is over on the stove. And because I think it's important to get where the tree is, okay, I'm at 69% of power. It says I have 2 hours and 6 minutes left. So let's give you a look at the tree. You need a close-up look. Okay, for now, I'm going to take the stuffed cats that are on here, and I'm going to put them aside so that I have an additional place to put the computer camera. So, see that? Okay, here's the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to take the other cat out of the way just so that we have more room for things. Oh, ironically, here, before I do that, do you want to see a picture of him and me circa 2000? Remember when everybody was worried about Y2K and when the year 2000 happened, the computers were all going to mess up because they didn't know the process was not going to register from 1900s to 2000. Well, this is a picture of my brother and me that during the Y2K party. Take a look at this. I'm trying to not have the glare of the screen. We both look so young. This is before 9/11 turned me from a libtard to the right-leaning human being that I am. he was still clean cut. He sometimes grew his hair, but he cuts it off and gives it to Locks of Love. They sell it, they give it, they make wigs for cancer kids and stuff. So, it's not like he's a human being that doesn't care about other people. He cares about animals, he cares about other people. He just doesn't care about me. So, anyway, I just thought I would share that because this is actually something kind of nice we have in the family. Oh, and this is a limited edition Norman Rockwell uh, frame, by the way. And even even the back of the frame, see, Eastman Kodak. So I'm going to stick that down there. And let's put some garland on. All right. Now, I really don't want to veer away from, I want to be real heavy on the red. So, and you know what? Here, let's get away from the tree. Let's get near where the decorations are. So, here. All right. Oh, and I wanted to show you a backdrop that I'm going to put up. This, I don't know how old this is. It's got to be about 10 years old or something. And it's really interesting because this is long before we found Cassie. Look at this. My family has had this since we lived in the other apartment, since my father was still alive. And for how many of Dad's years, I don't know. But this, you have a bar that sticks inside here and you hang it up. Like you could use those clothes hangers. They have a loose, like the pants hangers. You can, not the kind of the clips that I use for my mini skirts, but the kind that has that bar that you can fasten that from the loop to loop thing. And anyway, you can display it like this. So I'm going to put that someplace. And this is going to be the tree skirt. So, oh, and I want to show you something. This is normally a pair of socks of mine, but I could only find one. And I'm pretty sure this pair, if it was still a pair, belonged to my father. Here is what I was going to do as far as the tinsel garland for this tree goes. I'm so glad I have some skinny garland because we've had small trees in the past. So through all these years, we've really been able to amass some nice stuff. Here is something that's very special in our family. This, a lot of times, we put around a lampshade when we had a lampshade in the living room. But that lampshade now is in my mother's bedroom. Sometimes this is put behind a tree when we have a big tree, and sometimes I would put it on the walls back behind me, kind of where the blue is. But if you look at these, each one of these has a kitty. And they're all the same kitty. And I think these may have been from Hallmark. When my mother worked at a Hallmark store with one of the scout leader people that she trained. So my mother was very, very active for a number of years in scouting, and the friendships remain to this day. I don't know if I'm going to put that up or not because of the theme of this COVID and how it's limited things. It's important for me that the decorations reflect that. Every year I have a different color scheme. I've used unusual colors, like I had a pink theme one year, I had a purple theme, I had a Hello Kitty theme, different things, but I really want to go American, and I don't want to go stark and austere, but I want to go more, I don't want to go colorful. I want to be, but maybe it won't be totally monochromatic. Well, you'll see. And I'm going to, and in the things I deliberately do exclude, even though the colors would make sense, I'll tell you why. But I think so many of them, you'll probably guess what I'm going to say, and you'll understand why. So, and I didn't bother taking that big shirt and covering up all the mess on the table, because By the way, this is a work table that my mother has all her bill paying and all kinds of paperwork and her medical stuff. So that is, even though it looks like a mess, it's actually kind of almost like the equivalent of her office. And that's just, I can't, if I made it look neat, it would screw things up for her. So first I was thinking of using this, but the thing is, this red has gold flecks in it, and I don't want gold to be a part of this. If a light metal had to be a part of this, I would prefer it to be silver. I think that would look much better with the blue background. So that's out. This might be thicker than you should use for a little tree like that, but I don't know. Look, it's silver. It's got some white even in it. So unless I can find a skinnier silver one, I think this is going to be the one to use. But I want to make sure that I don't have something better already on here. Oh, I just realized something. I screwed up, you guys. When I planned out this video, I wanted to do something very special. I wanted to, as soon as I did my turnaround, before and I did my clapboard thing, I wanted to show a very special card. Look at this. Take a good look at this. Look at the face on this cat. This is a very special Christmas card I got from a friend. And she even said in it, I'm not going to violate the privacy by reading what it said, but she thought that maybe I could use it as a backdrop or something. And I am definitely going to do that. Cards like this, my mother said I shouldn't show it like this because she says it doesn't look natural if I put it the wrong way. And when kitties lay on their bellies and they show their bellies, and Tabby Boy, he'll do that. He lets my mother see his belly. They have their thing called tummy time. They do. But my cat lays down on the ground in my room, and I say, oh, you got pretty belly, you got pretty belly. Then all of a sudden, if I look like I'm getting up, like I'm going to go pet his belly, then all of a sudden he sits up like he doesn't show me. He won't fight me if I touch him. He's not a cat like that doesn't let you touch his belly. But with my mother, he'll lay down on his side, and he'll actually expose his belly, and I like to do this thing when they're doing what I call tummy time. When I come over close to them and I act like I'm trying to get a real good look, Tabby Boy all of a sudden acts like he's shy, and then he covers up his belly almost as if he doesn't want me to see that that's their special thing that Tabby Boy and my mother have. Like, I'm not allowed to see your belly. I'm not allowed to count the spots on your belly, you silly cat. He has spots on his belly. And, cats are funny. So, what do you think of this? I thought I had a thinner garland. I really did. And you have to put the garland on before you put the balls on. Yeah. And there was another that was a little bit thinner, but it was a much longer piece, like the kind you use for a full-size tree. And if I tried putting it on this, what would end up happening is it would look like a little silver tree. And that's not the look I'm going to be going for. So I'm going to have to be careful how I put it on so that I still show enough tree. Let's see, it would help if I hope this doesn't fall. This is as far back as I can put this on the table. Here, let me get this thing. Oh, I want you to see some chocolates. Some Christmas chocolates. It's some dark chocolate, some milk chocolate, and some, dark milk and light chocolate. So, set that here. And this actually is from, now I don't understand, it just says William Hill Sportsbook Pro Football. Okay, it's obviously from a casino, but it doesn't say the name of the casino. That's because this can be used in any casino sports book that uses William Hill. Whereas if they put a name of a specific casino, it can only be used there. And so I guess it's saving them money. All right, let's put tinsel on the tree. And you always got to think, do I start from the top or do I start from the bottom? But whenever I apply the garland, I always start from the top. Otherwise, it could look really messed up if you have a lot here and it doesn't go up to the top. But that is different if you have a tree topper. And actually, I do have a tree topper, but the only thing is it would be like find it. Okay, I'm hoping you can see what I'm about to do here. But first, let me make sure that this placemat does not stick out so far that I actually think the table is back further. And then the next thing you know, I drop the tree, and I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to start here. And I'm going to start my winding. It's so easy to get it too close in the beginning, and then the next thing you know, it doesn't fit all the way around. And so you have to unwind it and start all over again. So, here. Okay. And I think I may need to turn this around so that this loose end here doesn't face where a lot of people are going to see it. You see how that's sticking out there? I think all I'm going to have to do is, let's see, yeah. What do you think? Okay, now let's talk about some ornaments here. First off, let me show you some of the first things I considered aside from the red main theme and the obvious reasons why I decided not to. I have some really special ornaments that my father got us. And there was, I think, 12 of them, and I was going to use at least 6 of them. And they are disco balls. I love the silver color. I love how when light hits it, it just adds twinkly reflections all over the room. They are a bit heavy, that said, but I also like the fact that they have loops, so you don't need the hooks, and they are easy to hang. You can also use them in windowsills, even though that could be a little problematic getting light in your eyes, and also anything that's reflecting of sunlight could possibly start fires, so you don't want to do that. But you want to know why I decided that it would not be appropriate to put as a tree ball. And I'm going to hold it on the tree just so you guys get a look at what it would possibly look like. This is 2020. This is a year of COVID where we're pretty much under shutdown. Nobody's going disco dancing. So to have something that evokes a time that we just cannot be sharing right now, doing activities that I don't think anywhere in the world is opening up. There's any, or do you guys know of any places that have any dance floors open? So if we can't go out dancing, when I so much would love to go out dancing, then I don't think it'd be appropriate to put disco balls on a Christmas tree. I just think it'd be almost sacrilegious now. It would be a slap in the face of the people, all the lonely people out there that can't go out to nightclubs. So no disco balls on my Christmas tree. Okay, that settles that. All right. So I'm gonna put this on my little table. Oh, no, the kitchen table here. And do you like this mask? I wore 3 different kinds of masks today. It's good to have extra ones on you in case you drop one on the floor or you smear a lot of lipstick on it or something. I didn't know that I was going to be away as long as I was, but it was really wonderful that I was. And I kind of was prepared, but I didn't initially know that I was going to have this opportunity. So as a result, I wasn't as prepared as I, in retrospect, could have been. But having the extra masks is always, always, always a good idea. And in fact, one time I did drop a mask on the ground, and so I was able to wash it and let it drip dry overnight. So always having extra masks on you is a good idea. Um, I was thinking of maybe putting musical notes on the tree, but again, I don't think I'm going to because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Where is the music? Where can we safely go to hear live music? Sure, you can turn it on your computer or your cell phone or something. You can put the radio on, but think of all the people whose livelihood involves touring. Nobody's touring right now. Very few people are. So many people that are not the performers, but who are the sound engineers who make sure that the sound looks good when you go to your concerts and go to your clubs. Those are people who are out of work. So to put a musical note on my tree when there are so many hurting people in all aspects of touring, in music, the sound, the nightclub industry that are out of work because of the pandemic, you know, what kind of summer did you have? How many clubs did you get to go to? So no, I'm not putting musical notes on my tree. I really want to go focus heavily on the red. And let's start with some of the smaller ornaments I have, but no, maybe I should start with a few big ones to know that I actually have room. I don't know if I should put this ball on. I love it, obviously, and it shows the Hollywood thing. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set that aside. I may or may not put it on, but I'll set it aside. I might put it on. I want to start with a less is more approach at first, and then I load it on. But I don't think this is a year to put on the glitz too hard. This is the year of COVID where so many people can't be with the ones they love. I don't want to make it sacrilegious. And I'm the first person to get irreverent. I'll be tongue in cheek. I'm not politically correct. I don't care if, sometimes people get offended. And if that's the worst thing you have to worry about, you got to get a grip. But that said, this year is a very different holiday for everybody. And I'm not going to pretend any different. And I really want my decorations to reflect the current reality, and especially if I'm going to film about it. Hi, makeup by Andrea. Good to see you, hon. I hope your holidays are doing well. I'm finally getting to do some tree decorating and, getting to produce something really joyful. I think we all need that. So I'm going to go for a bell. That's never going to be bad. Oops. Okay, and by the way, let's talk about tree or ornament thingies. This is from a Greyhound bus ticket, and what you do is this part here, which is where you would thread the hook. All you have to do is stick this through, and hopefully it won't take forever. Okay, this looks like it's working. Good. Just loop it through the way you would loop any kind of luggage tag. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it's a little bit flatter in order to get it through, but I'll be able to do it. I hope I don't spend an inordinate amount of time. It's not like I could edit this. Okay. If you have a choice, well, you always have a choice. I'm going to deliberately put the untagged part is the loop, so it looks better. Back adjustment? Now, I've never had a chiropractic adjustment before. My mother only did a few times, but they started to be very painful to her. I've never even had a massage before. Can you believe that? I have no personal experience, even though I kind of think I would love to get massages, and I am curious about chiropractic. I've gotten occasional back aches, especially if I'm sitting up at my computer late, and I know that's not good. Sometimes your posture's messed up and stuff. But I've never had a chiropractic thing before. I really am curious, but so many people say it's painful. Well, my mom swears it was painful. My mother's in pain every day. So I'm going to find a place on this tree to hang this ball. And, okay. Now let's find another ball. My mother, the kind of insurance she has, I think she could have gotten $10 chiropractic visits or something. The thing is that my mother pays so much for her insurance premiums. They're close to $300 a month for a month's worth of insurance. And for her insurance, when she still has copays for doctors sometimes, and the medicines, I don't think any of her prescription medicines are free. Some of them can be pretty inexpensive. Like I heard that Walmart has generics you can get for $3 or something. My mother gets a lot of her medicines in the mail, and it's a great convenience for an old person. For her to get down a flight of stairs, it's not fun. And she doesn't really go out unless it's a medical thing for the most part. Yeah. So do you think you would be taking hot showers and soaking in hot things afterwards, like a recovery period? Like I know as a person that likes to exercise, even though I've kind of been slacking off, but when you work out, lifting weights a lot, you can want to slip into a real hot bath, even though if you're bruised, then I heard that hot baths can make you hemorrhage. So I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm no stranger to aches and pains, arthritis, or if you're carrying luggage around or carrying groceries around or something, or carrying cats that have got the squirmy worms, or stepping over the cats. Oh, pardon me while I stretch out my shoulders. All right. Oh, I'm stepping on a change purse. I don't want to do that. Let me take a look at where the battery is right now while I'm doing this. Okay. I'm at 55% of the battery, an hour and 43 minutes left. I can plug this in. I just don't want to be tripping over this cord because right now this computer is on my stove and the cord will just stretch and I don't want this. If this falls down, it'll probably break. I don't want to break my Chromebook because I don't know how to use my new cell phone to film with yet. So, damn it. That was such a bonehead move. All right. I dropped the ball. I'm thinking I might put a ball on the wall. A ball on the wall, man. You put the balls to the wall. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Hello, shout out to Udo Dirk Schneider. Is he even still alive? Do I have any metalheads watching me now? I hope I didn't get a copyright strike just for quoting a song like that. All right, I'm gonna have to stick a hanger or probably something. I'm gonna have to get it in creatively. You have to, there's a way of curving it so that it can still be attached. And I think I'll just use this thing here. I found some more hangers. I really want to emphasize the red. Oh, okay. That sounds easy enough. We used to have a bunch of those gel ice packs that you freeze. You could get them at the 99-cent store, but my brother took them, I think, and well, you know. So I've been using things like frozen peas and ice cubes and stuff. So let's find a place to put the star. I definitely want the star to be visible. Ah, damn it. I had a feeling that was not a steady. I do want to hang the star up. All right, let's figure out how to do this. Oh, and the Trump thing fell down. I'll put it back up. Okay, let's explore this. Okay, what I need to do is put the top thing on. You know, the tops that are on these things. I'll take one from a ball that's not red. That's what I'm going to do. And I really wish. And the thing is, before I went on camera today, I deliberately went through my ornaments and I did a serious curation. Yeah, I prefer heat over ice for for certain things that don't. Okay, when you know how when you get a bruise on a muscle, it puffs up. Whereas if you get bruises on an area that's not muscled, it's more flat. It's my understanding that the ice will reduce the swelling at least, but the heat just has a real comforting feeling, and the heat is what seems to be really good for the aches and pains and like for arthritis and for like backaches and things. But if like say I twist my ankle or something, then I think I would probably want to ice that. So it all depends. But I am really not an expert on such things. I'm pretty good at things like wrapping twisted ankles and stuff. So okay, I gotta find some things. Oh, I want another computer. One doesn't demagnetize, another doesn't. Well, anyway, I'm setting this computer right now on a computer, a used computer. Ouch! I'm going to save this to make a tree topper from. Let's find a cap for this so I can put this up. Oh, you want to see how red this tomato is? Look. Isn't that nice and ripe? Oh, I got a few packages of ramen noodles. So you know what that means? Take a look at this. You know what this is? This is my leaf lettuce plant. I'm waiting for the flower buds to open. It's supposed to have yellow flowers. I water it pretty regularly. You fell on the floor? Damn, people. If you break a hip, that's so fucking dangerous. That's gotta be painful. Oh, it's really stupid. I walk into doorknobs, and you walk into furniture, and a bone will hit it, and hip bones, or my garter belts will get caught in doorknobs, and then it pulls you back like a boomerang. But anyway, I'm gonna pinch the leaves off these lettuce here, and I'm gonna put them in ramen noodle cooking water. This lettuce plant is over a year old, but I definitely want to let the flowers open so that I can harvest the seeds, so I have the seeds for next time I grow. So that's my leaf lettuce here. And whoops, I'm always afraid I'm going to touch a key and accidentally turn my. You know, I'm not growing anything illegal anymore. I don't want to talk anymore about that subject because I don't want this channel, or I don't want this for this ornament. I have to find something that's small enough for it too. Okay, I have to set this someplace. That, and if I'm very careful, I think I have to twist these off. There, this will be perfect. Now I can get this out of here. Oh man, yeah. I have found out something. People think that you have to grow vegetables outdoors. Well, did you know that if you grew your tomatoes in pots and you had them outside, the container gardening, and say it's the end of the season, but you still have flowers and you don't want your plants to die, you can actually bring, if you have a room that has heat, I don't mean a chilly room like this that's drafty, that's probably 50 some degrees, unless by some strange stroke of luck, you get heat on the radiator. And this is like barely lukewarm. It's a total joke. Okay. But if you actually have a room that can be normally heated, you can put your tomato plants right in the windowsill. We did this in my last apartment. My father was eating tomatoes 2 days before he died. Okay. My father died on New Year's Eve. You have tomatoes growing up against the windowsill on Christmas. No lie, those tomato plants produce. Granted, most of them were the little ones, and I think I don't want to say that the cherry tomatoes are useless, but if you're going to grow tomatoes, grow a damn tomato. Grow at least something that's, a decent size. I would really like to grow like Rutgers and beefsteaks. I've never grown beefsteak before. Rutgers is like the first tomato variety that I was really aware of when I started learning about organic gardening and growing to the vegetables. I was really into that. When I was a freshman in high school, I had a vegetable garden around the perimeter of my backyard. And my high school algebra teacher was an organic gardener, and I learned a lot. We had that shared interest. I was not interested in math, but I was interested in new organic gardening and stuff. So, and it's something I always enjoyed, but a lot of the time in my life, I never lived in a place long enough to grow anything. And when I was in California, I never could. I was certainly never living in a place long enough, except for one time when I did live, I was halfway stable. I was living with a very bad man, and we happened to have a vegetable garden on the balcony. We lived third floor in a real nice apartment complex on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's really very nice to be pinching fresh herbs for your garden. But I wasn't growing tomatoes, and I didn't have. I think I may. No, I didn't have a tomato plant. I had other herbs because I don't know why I didn't have a tomato plant. That's ridiculous. But generally speaking, when I'm in California, I'm not living in one place long enough. Now, if I could just garden at a friend's place that has a yard or something and just show up a few days a week to do some watering and stuff, that's fine. But as far as, having a place of my own, and if I do the bus house thing like I want to, say I get close to California because they're afraid of the fruit flies, they're not going to let me bring plants in the state of California anyway. They depend on agriculture. And for all I know, Florida would do the same thing. So that would really suck to any plants that you have when you're living on the road. You can't bring them all places, and you have to think about that. So let's go back to the Christmas tree. And I'm going to close this door. Here. There. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put this pretty much where I originally wanted to put it. Here, I want to definitely. All right. You wouldn't believe this. Oh, never mind. Yes, I do have it. Okay, I'm going to screw the thing onto. And I have to squeeze this a little bit to make sure that it's attached. Okay, it's attached. I'm going to. There. And I got all different sizes, but I'm really trying to have smaller ornaments so that it really looks good on the tree. But I'm going to go ahead and I have my heart set on as many red ornaments as possible. This has got a hook on it. So, good. Here. Put this on here. Here. And this needs a hook. Let me see if I can find the other hooks. I'm sorry this table looks so messy. It is messy, but it's not my mess. Finally, for once, there's a mess. It's not my mess, or the cat's messy. Oh, this is Allure magazine, the latest Allure. And did you know that Farrell, if that's how you pronounce his name, he's now gotten into the skincare line? I think that's really interesting. It says beauty's newest founder, Farrell Williams. Is it Farrell or Farrell? At least he's not wearing that real big County Mountie hat. Do you remember that? I thought that hat was just too big. So you got these heads like this, and the hat was really big. And I'm all for freedom of expression, man, but it just, I don't know. I thought it looked dumb. So I gotta find these hooks. Oh, I want to see something. My grandparents they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. And these were the party favors. And when the ceremony was over, I took them all. And so, yeah, and it says, this tiny wedding bell, with the tiny letters, this tiny wedding bell salutes the bride and groom and the joy that fills the room. Ring it loud when they are near, so all may hear the pledge of love they hold so deep. And of course, I don't have my grandparents anymore, but I kept these. They're a family thing. I'm not going to use all of them on this. I might put one on, but because it doesn't cover the color scheme, I might not put them on. I don't know. Again, this is the age of COVID where if you don't already have love, you probably can't find it. So I don't know that I really want to put that on the tree. But I'd be happy to find some hooks. Oh, I'm going to show you another ornament that I'm not going to put on the tree because of the color. This is a bell, and this is also a Maneki Nico. I thought this was a Netsuki cat, but it is a Maneki Nico, and I can't tell you what this means. It's on it. If any of you speaks Japanese or Chinese and can tell me, I'm pretty sure that this is Chinese, but again, anybody that knows, feel free to tell me. This was no, I didn't buy this in all the Chinatowns that I usually buy Maneki Nikos. This was actually given to my mother by one of her co-workers when my mother worked at the Trump Taj Mahal. She was a cashier there for 16 years before the union, and she was not a union employee. They went on strike, and because of their selfish demands, over 3,000 people lost their jobs. And like a year later, my mother's health started to go downhill. So yeah, this is a very heavy ornament. It really is. And I certainly wouldn't want it to be dropped. If it broke, it probably would. It's made of ceramic. So, and it's green, and we love green things, but that's not the color scheme on the tree. Oh, can we have a Dr. Fauci break? Anybody fans of Dr. Anthony Fauci, or do you not trust him, or what? Well, my mother is nuts for Anthony Fauci, so let's have a Fauci break. She loves him. I don't say she has a crush on him, but she finds him very comforting. And a lot of people do. And he took the vaccine today. But I want you guys to see Dr. Anthony Fauci. Oh, and that's me and my BFF. And if she's watching this, she's probably going to eventually watch this. So hi, Chrissy. And I'm really worried about them because they found out that they are going to have to find a new place to live by February. And, Los Angeles is extremely expensive. And her husband has health problems. And moving is never fun. So I hope they can find a place that is safe, convenient, and affordable. And, but safe especially. And, well, I don't know. I certainly am not in a position to help them, but I sure as hell know what it's like to be stressing out about trying to find a place to live. You know, and it's, well, especially my perspective about it is trying to find something that's affordable and safe. You know, so I'm gonna hang these ones up too. They're a lot smaller, but I gotta find some hooks. It really sucks not being able to find the hooks that I know are here on this table. Wait a minute. I think they are. Oh, I want to show you another picture of my mother. Now let's get in better light. I told her I was going to focus on this. This was made when my mother was active in Boy Scouts. My mother is not a vampire, okay? But she looks like she has fangs. And this is a good, I don't know how many decades ago this is. But I think this is just an absolutely fantastic picture. And we bring it out every Christmas. And so I just now knocked off the refrigerator magnets. And so I'm going to go put them all back. And yeah, hold on, please, computer. Don't fall off the cereal box that you are on. Yes. Okay, we'll put this back on the fridge so that we can get back to the tree. Okay. I gotta find these hooks. I don't understand how hard it can be to find hooks. Here, I'm gonna put you, computer, back on the stove. They are here. They have to be. And again, I had this all set aside so I'd be organized for my phone. Sounds like one of the three wise men. All right. All these damn hooks. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to waste any more time with it. I'm just going to attach it without hooks. Tired of wasting time on this. Okay, let's see how I can attach that. Let's see what's in this box. I'll show you some more things. This is under the category of things that are way too heavy. This ornament here is made of cast like plaster. And this must weigh a half a pound. Okay, there's no way I'm going to hang that on a tree branch. This is absolutely ridiculous. Here's what I'm going to do. There is this little piece of ribbon here. I'm just going to take this off the ring, the bell, and I am going to go and put it on the ornament. See this hole? Just thread it through. And you know what? if I have to do that for some more of those bells, I will. I can always put them back after I'm done with this tree. So we can do it again next year when I decorate this tree on hopefully a much happier color scheme, because hopefully next year maybe COVID might be in our rearview mirror. Do you think? I mean, this is really, but they're saying we may be having to wear masks for another year. And now they're saying that so many people have said that no matter what, they refuse to get this vaccine. How the heck are we going to? They say that the only way that we can get any kind of control over this is if at least 70% of the population gets it. And it seems like there's way less people are willing to do it. There are so many people, there may be as many as 40% of the United States population, if not more, say they refuse, they won't get it no matter what. See, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make hangers for all the things that don't have hangers from now. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's see. Just stick this down. See, now the only thing is that that's such a long string. Okay, so here I'll just loop this up some more, make it a less big a drop. There. Let's get some more red ornaments. I'm gonna put this up, and I guess I'm gonna get another thing from Grandma's Bells. Okay, good. Here we go. Oh, great. It's tied in a bunch of knots. See, it hadn't occurred to me that I would misplace those hangers. Oh, did I tell you guys I found my mailbox key? And then I did by the way, a very bonehead move. I misplaced it again today briefly, and then I realized that I just dropped it in the hall. But where it was the whole time was I have this little pouch that's attached to this reversible tote bag that I use is my preferred method to carry my biggest computers. Whenever I do my filming for YouTube out in the field, I almost always carry that reversible tote bag. And so it has a pouch that's attached to it by a strap that's always attached to it. And I decided to put all my keys in that because I use that carrier for other things. And it's really convenient. Okay, I'm just going to tie a knot in this end just so I can do the loop thing. But don't pull it too tight so that make it easy to untie it so that you can use it for something else afterwards. I'm just gonna oh no. You don't want to put the knot on top because that's unattractive. Hold it like this, then it's best to put the loop underneath it so that, see? Now let's put it on the tree. I think it probably looks better to put the bigger ornaments now more on the bottom or looking kind of toward the bottom. You see how this strap here, can you see this? This is too long. It really needs to be double, triple so that it doesn't dangle too much. There. And now I am going to, I need to cover this with something. I have to go back into the other room so I can get another cap or whatever that thing's called for this. Wish I had run out of weed, man. I'm out now. Okay. Just unscrew this. Oh, you know what? This doesn't seem to. Oh, this is too big. Okay. Yeah, this definitely looks like it's too big. I need something that has a narrower. Oh, here we go. I think this is going to be, yes, this will be small enough. Got it. People are starting to get active outside. Hopefully, won't be too loud for this. Here. Now let's get a string. There. Whenever a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And this, I'm not going to try to do the loop thing with this. I'm just going to stick it through, thread it real fast and easy. Again, don't pull it too tight. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to squeeze this to make it a little bit more secure. Let's put it on the tree. Now, let's fix the trunk thing. It fell down. Very, 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 very red heavy. If I put any other colors at all, which I'm not really planning on it, I just want to get as much red on it as possible. I think the contrast will be real nice with the blue background. You know what I should do if I had time to? I should make a teensy tiny little mask ornament. They got a lot of clever ornaments that they're selling out, but you know what? I haven't really been looking. Sometimes things are kind of cute to look at as like a gag, but this situation isn't funny. It's really annoying. You know? That said, I'm probably going to buy one of those commemorative t-shirts on Wish before it's over. Let me see if I need to string up any big ones before I get started on this. I'm thinking I'm going to put this one up also. But I might not, though. Because let's face it, it doesn't look like it's making a political statement at all. But then again, I do like a lot of stuff on a tree. And I've always felt that excess is best. I'm going to get another string for another one. Okay, hi Carolyn. Yeah, this is probably going to take a while because there's no way you could do a slow job on decorating a tree. I got a couple of Santa Claus rings that I think I'm going to put on the tree. And you know what? I'm going to do that now after I put the little ball on. And the little ball, I think I need to put up higher on the tree. So that's what I'm going to do. My goodness, it's 1:24. Yeah. To me, the night's young, but I guess a video like this that's so family friendly, families are getting tired, huh? So, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to have to redo this. I left too much excess fabric on here, you see? So another reason why it's good to tie your knots loosely, so that if you make an error like that, you can untie it easier. So tie it so that you have very little sticking out at all. It just looks so much better. There, see what I mean? Doesn't that look a lot better? So I'm going to put this back up here. Okay. I hope he's not doing this. He's got to stop. Can you guys hear the radio in the background? I don't want to keep on fighting with him. Do you hear radio? If anything bleeds through, you guys, please let me know. I really don't need a copyright strike. You know, this is not my fault. It's not under my control. I can't help it that I live in a situation where the mutual respect's not there. But that's okay. This elephant has a long memory. Let's put another ball up. All right. You know what? I'll put the Hollywood ornament up. And I'm going to put this right in front. see it's got a guitar and a palm tree. And I don't know if you can see holding in my hand. Oh, how the heck did I do that? Did you see that? I took the whole string off. That's crappy. Oh, I gotta start all over again. You know, any other time he doesn't play music. He plays his gambling. In this, whenever you play cards online, it has all these video game sounds. It sounds like slot machines and stuff. And that's any other time, that's what he plays. Okay, try this again. See. Choke on it. Okay. How does that look? All this glowing and the reflection of all the light and stuff, it seems like it's not photographing very well. Whenever I try to photograph electric signage, I just got this really distorted glow that totally ruined the whole image that I was trying to photograph. So it just didn't work. I thought of putting a few of these on, but these seem kind of big. Oh, look what's embedded in it. A hanger. Gee, could have used this. I don't know if I should put these snowflakes on because they're so big. And having a sense of proportion looks really nice on a tree. There. You know what? That's too big to be up that high. I think that should be lower on a tree this size, don't you? To give it more proportion, have the smaller balls up here and the larger things hanging down there. So I'm going to try that. There. I think that looks a lot better. And it's not like I have a shortage of ornaments. And through the years, my family has gotten so many, and I don't feel good about throwing things out. I have to fix some of the handmade ornaments I had. I noticed some missing pins and beads, and because I didn't store them correctly. It's my own fault. Okay, I don't know where that glow is coming from. Well, okay, I know what the glow on top is the fluorescent. I'm wondering whether I should consider turning off the light on this over the stove. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to see if it makes less glow. Let's see. I don't know, but all right. I'm going to hang this someplace. And this is going to feel a little on the heavy side, but that's okay. Oh, I found another small red ball. Let's get some string or something to put this on. I want to know why I can't find those little hangers. I had them specifically set aside here so that it would be so easy for me to hang my things up. I got some more string anyway. There are some ornaments that I got out and toyed with the idea of putting in on because they're cat ornaments, but they're actually made of blown glass. And if I brought the box out here, I'll show them to you in a minute. But, you know, especially with not just Tabby Boy, but with Cassie and her rambunctious little self, the last thing I'm going to put up is something that's going to shatter in a million pieces if it breaks. So I never grew up with glass ornaments for that reason, except for we had a light blue metallic looking tree topper that was glass. But other than that, and I remember that vaguely growing up, and I'm sure it had to have broken, otherwise we'd still have it. It looked kind of like, if you remember the old logo for the Trump Taj Mahal, and I have some stationery I'll show you guys sometime that it has like the minarets and swirls up. Well, that was the same effect. Okay. Find a place up on top to put it on. Let's see. Probably should be somewhere around here to balance it out. So I'm gonna see. Today felt like a reality TV show, didn't it? I mean, it absolutely felt like. You know, I need something more. I don't want any unnecessary colors to this. So that's the thing. Is what I put up here. All right, here's a kitty. Let's put this kitty. A lot of red in this. She's a little on the heavy side. This is made of some kind of ceramic or something, or maybe bone china. But not the heaviest ornament it could be. And still, I want to put it on the lower level to make it less likely that the cat will break. Oh, and it's on what's supposed to look like a soft pillow, but it's not all that soft. I mean, there's some softness, but the very bottom is not soft. But I'm going to find a place. Oh, this goes right in front because it's a cat. So the kitties, I think, really need to be right in front so that when I hang up, you can see this right away. There. Whoops. Oh, I almost turned this off by mistake. Oh, geez, I would totally have stuck if I did that. What do you think, your kitty? Now, maybe I'll throw on a couple Santa Claus rings. Speaking of rings, I'm expecting on a wish order And I wish it would arrive. And I love it when they ask you if such and such you ordered arrived yet. And I say no. And then right away they send a graphic of an airplane. And you know damn well it's not coming by airmail. So, no, that's not good. You know what I'm going to do? Since this goes straight up, I'm going to stick this up. What do you think? That's kind of a little smaller than it should be. I probably should put a star up there, huh? And I have one, but I have a set. There's actually two each of these that my father got me. There is a sun and a moon and a star. And that was a star. This is the moon. And the sun is somewhere here. And when I find it, I'm going to put it up. Oh, and here's a wise man. Never have too many of those. And if I can find a place to put this on, I think this bow should go up. Come on, sun. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? There's something I want to show you that I'm not going to put up there because it's too colorful and it doesn't really go with it. But it's for the Beatles fans out there. This is a yellow submarine. And I love this ornament and I would put it on there, but it doesn't go. And it doesn't reflect the current reality. And it's also a big ornament. It's very lightweight though, so it's a joy to put on a tree. And this is a licensed ornament. This is a Hallmark ornament. And yeah. It says made in China, the Beatles, copyright 2006, Apple Corporation Limited, all rights reserved. The Beatles product licensed by the Beatles, Apple, and the Apple logo are trademarks of Apple Corporations Limited. So this is in keeping things in a box in the original packaging adds to the collector's item value. My mother deliberately made sure to get collectible tree ornaments and a lot of Hallmark stuff since she worked in a Hallmark store. So some she gave as presents for other people. And like she got Star Trek ornaments for one of my uncles that's a huge Trekkie. Alright. I got string. I got string for something. Oh. Oh, this, you see, talk about disrepair. This is missing some, look on the heart. Oh, this is imperfect. Look at this heart. It's a broken heart. You know what? This COVID is breaking people's hearts. Quite literally, actually. So you know what? Even though it needs to be repaired, I'm going to put an ornament that features a broken heart on my Christmas tree. So. Do you hear the radio, you guys? I hear the radio. Mom, can't you hear the radio? I can hear it.
No, I can't hear it. I hear you. That's all I hear.
What about the fact that I can hear it when I'm in the kitchen?
And I want to go to the bathroom, okay?
Nobody's stopping you. But if I get a copyright strike, I will make everybody's life very miserable. Yes. If I get a copyright strike, I'm going to make a bunch of people's lives very miserable. Because let's face it, if I get a copyright strike, the people who watch my content, they stand to lose. And I am not going to sugarcoat it. If the people that I live with are not going to give me enough respect to let me do something that is one of my obligations, I'm not doing this just for myself. I have people who expect content at a certain, more or less, schedule. I am doing my best to provide said content, and a little cooperation from the people that I am living with is not something that's an unreasonable request. I would do any roommates if I'm in Hollywood and I have showbiz roommates and they're doing everything. So of course, I would give them their space. So let's find a place to put this. And I'm going to get her on camera. I don't care. What do you think of the tree? Okay, good. I'm going to get the camera in your face. I'm going to exploit you. So there. This will be the Leather Rokk Family Madhouse show. So be it. You guys want, I'm not losing my voice if it's getting harsh. Like I said, yeah. And plus, there may have been some ambient smoke earlier, but no, there really wasn't. I didn't, I did not catch any cigarette smoke when I was out this weekend. There was no smoking. I think that's because of the casino, because of the COVID. Maybe they're not letting people smoke on the casino floor at all or something, but I didn't catch any smoke. That's a great thing. Well, you know what it was, is that there were so few people out that there weren't enough to smell if there was a smoker someplace, even if it was in a designated tobacco smoking area. Okay. I don't want to put too much that's not red on this screen. I have lots of ornaments. I could totally overcrowd it if I wanted to, but I really want to make it close to monochromatic. And blue would look good on it too, but I used up all of the blues of a certain color against the wall, and I want to keep it like that. Oh, you want to see the ornaments that I can't hang because they're glass and they're fragile? But I did think about it. Oh, this would be so pretty on that tree. But you know what? This doesn't have any padding on it at all. And I could just see Cassie or Tabby Boy batting at the tree and this crashing and breaking. And I'd be very, very sad if that happened. So many beautiful, beautiful ornaments are glass. I was never raised with glass ornaments. It's just never a doable thing when you live with cats. I wish I could put it on there, but this is gold. That wouldn't go with the color scheme anyway. But cats, that can be an exception to the color scheme. This I actually picked out of the neighbor's trash a few years ago, and it's a glass wall, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so it only makes sense that I would have it in the box with those cats. And here I got 2 purple balls, but as much as I love them, purple's not part of the color scheme this year. I just want to see red or blue, but yeah. You know, on the tree, I would just prefer there to be red. Just like when I vote, I prefer it to be red. So I guess I can put these on, and when I find the sun, I'll get the sun. And it's somewhere on that table. Oh, and this is full of change. So, let's see where I think I should put this. I think Dad got this either at a 99-cent store or at the store on Tennessee and Atlantic called Big Lots. Oh. Oh. Here. Go. So this is, we'll go. What do you think? Mom, please. What do you think?
It's beautiful.
See, I try to make as much red as possible. This is a few exceptions. And this, it's heavy, but it's on the lower thing. And I stuck, this probably won't be permanent, but you see the Santa hat and the little thing. And I decided to drag out the Liberty Bell because I thought that was kind of pertinent. Whatever happened to my original one? Did I bring that to California? Or would or maybe that would be in your storage, huh?
I don't know.
Okay, oh, I need to clear a path for you. Oh, that thing is on here. I'm sorry. I just, oh. All right, I'll take it back. Oh, no, that was there before. Never mind. What? Okay, go ahead. Nobody's stopping. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hang this up here. I don't know if I should do it near the bottom here or whether I should do it on the side here. I think it's important to have ornaments that you can see from the woodwork so that when you're walking in the kitchen, you get the view and it's not all just what you see from, say, the coffee maker. Even though I do like to have a lot that you get from that view so that when she's sitting down in her chair, she sees a nice view of the tree. Okay. I got the moon there. Now, let's put the star someplace groovy. And the moon here. Let's see where the star should be. Oh, I'm guessing the star should probably be up here somewhere, maybe? Wish I could place this up here someplace. Let me see if you guys can see if I put this on the big freezer. Here. Okay, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay, you see me? Okay. I'm gonna put this, the moon's down here. So I'm thinking maybe putting this. You know what? I'm gonna take the Santa Claus off. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this hanging off of here. But I'm gonna let it dangle down some. And then I'm gonna go put the Santa hat back up here. Okay. I'm gonna give you the close-up look here. It's a shame I don't have an overhead thing right over here. That would really help a lot. But here, this is what this looks like. See? pretty good. And I've got some more to go. I would really like to put this bow up here, even though it looks kind of big for the tree, but why not, right? So let's see where I'm going to put it. I have a number of these red ones and a number of the silver ones. I would sometimes we would put them in the windows, but I don't remember if we did it last year or not. Or maybe last year we decided not to draw too much attention to windows. I don't know, but I can't imagine not putting a little something in the window. And it's funny, more and more the neighbors are doing light displays now. And that's not a big thing on the street. There's like one family that does it. And then we thought they'd moved out. But some of these Spanish families, they really do go all out for Christmas. And that's really nice to see. You pass by their windows and you see a big old tree up there and stuff. Okay, let's see what this looks like here. I guess I need to put something on this side, but I can't see putting very much there. You really can't see the wall, but invariably through the Christmas season, you know how you move trees to the left or the right. So I think I need a few things facing the wall there. Let me see. That's fine, but I don't want to put anything big. I have a couple of these bows here, and they get attached by the little tiny twist tie things. So I think that would be really cool to put them on. I deliberately chose not to put these balls on, even though these are really small, because the color scheme really doesn't go there. But if I ever decide to do a tree in rich neutrals, the browns, the metallic beiges, like I saw in one of the casinos I was in, had some, I guess the best way to describe it would be if you had needed a really big bucket to grow a miniature palm tree. And I don't remember if there really was something growing out of the out of there, but they had some balls that were metallic browns and bronzes and just real nice autumn kind of colors. And not the typical colors you expect to see in Christmas ornaments, but they all were that harmonious and really look nice together. This is the first thing that I thought of putting on the tree was this, but because it's gold, I didn't think it fit. But a lot of times, almost always, whenever I have a small tree, I use this. I've had this for quite a while. As a matter of fact, I think my father got this for us too. And he got us a set of those small balls one year, and I believe that's where the musical notes I think I may have bought, but I don't know. Mom, do you remember where the little musical notes? Dad did? Or I did? I did. Were they dollar store?
I don't know.
I got a lot of things up on Tennessee and Atlantic Avenue at that lot store. Atlantic Avenue was a really good place to get Christmas ornaments, and that's where Dad got the disco ball ornaments. I already told people that I didn't think it would be appropriate to have disco ball ornaments on a tree in a year of COVID when you can't go out dancing. So I'm making very deliberate, conscious effort. The ornaments that I'm putting, there's a purpose for them. I found another kitty ornament. Even with a color theme, kitties come in their natural kitty colors, and that is one exception to the color scheme. It's kitty. He's going to go because this is a really small ornament. This one is going to go at the top. And a sort of kind of a bearish spot. So I'm going to do that right here. Here. Isn't that a pretty face? Let's see. Here, I'll just hang right here. Okay. Let's see what else. I have little miniature packages here, but I don't think I'm going to put them on. I think they look a little too small compared to the biggest ornaments. And frankly, I think they look a little too cheesy for this tree right now. But it doesn't mean I'm getting rid of them. It just means I'm not going to use them this year. They're probably more suitable to decorate presents or something anyway, but I don't know. But it just, I don't know, doesn't seem right for some reason, even though the color is just what I want. I think I can put on another snowflake. And again, I'm going to put it on the bottom since it's so big. I'm going to have to find another string. I don't understand what happened to those hooks. Mom, if you happen to, later on, if you happen to find those stupid hooks that you got me, for the, you said they were originally from the Hallmark ornaments, there's somewhere
I
on
handed
this.
it to you and you took it and you said you were going to take care of it.
Well, I left them right here somewhere.
Mm.
And I had to take that white shirt off.
You left them on that tape.
They're somewhere on this table, and I've been looking and looking, and I don't want to disturb your paperwork. So, the only reason why I put the stuffed animals here is just for the time being, so that I could really access. You know, they would be getting in the way of the tree right now. The wise man kept falling down the same way. There's just so much a metaphor for life.
I don't understand what happened to the big container of hooks that was always in there.
Yeah, I a couple of videos ago I talked about that. For years we had this medicine thing full of hooks.
Yes, I
It was always out.
Well, I
Yeah.
haven't had anything to do with the tree for years, so I don't know.
I suppose I could quit while I'm ahead, but I don't know. Do you think it's
Just make it more of a mess anyway.
Yeah, I'm awfully good at that. So
You
do
sure?
you think I can get away with stopping now?
Yeah, I think so. It's always best not to
Clutter up. Yeah. Something tells me, especially this year. It probably could use a couple in back.
I quit while I was ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, my opinion doesn't mean. How come you didn't put the
What?
the tree skirt? Why didn't you put that down before you started trimming the tree?
Oh, because I was going to do it afterwards.
Well, you always put the tree skirt down first,
Well,
so that that's not underneath there and you don't disturb it.
oh, I hadn't thought of it.
Oh well.
I was just thinking this is all this red and then the red underneath to get confusing.
I guess.
Oh, is this it? Oh, yay, I found them.
Goodbye.
Oh, this is
Bye.
bye-bye. Thanks. Good night. And if that demon spawn of yours blasts the rap music again. I think I need a few more ornaments. Especially in the back, so that when you first come in the kitchen, here, let me show you what I mean. Say you're walking this way, and you see right here, you're going to see potentially some of the back, so I think it's important to add a few more. I'm going to just, put this on the snowflake. And then I'm going to find a place to put it. Oh, but I said that I wanted to put it down on the bottom. Okay, this is down here. I hope you saw what I was talking about. This is down here. So that should be balanced somewhere. So it seems to me that it needs to be in the back. Okay. No. Oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. All right. Did you hear that police siren? There. All right. I'm not sure, absolutely certain that this is going to absolutely be done right now. But for now, this looks pretty good. But I'm going to take her little recommendations so that she doesn't get butthurt and all that stuff. And I'm going to get the tree skirt. The tree skirt is here. I hope this doesn't make everything blend in since there's all this red. But let's just see. Of course, I guess this means that I can take these away. And these are going to be our Christmas placemats anyway. I like these a lot better than these snowmen. Move them all. I think I'm going to keep the one. No. Yeah. I might keep the one that's covering the cable box so that we don't have the unattractiveness of that black box. It's not really doing much for anything. But we can't uninstall it because everything has to be attached in the house. Okay, I had a hook and it dropped. Great. I only have a handful of them and I dropped one. So. All right. Here, let's see. You see what the skirt looks like? There. And see all this red? Oh, and I found it. And I just knocked it back again. Oh, I have a hook. Okay, now I'm going to take her presents and I'm going to stack them back. I'm going to show you where the cable box thingy is. Just gonna present. And every single one is in different wrapping paper. Now, let's look at what's in these other bags, shall we? I don't want to tear this bag. You know, more and more states are going to be outlawing plastic bags that you would normally get when you go shopping. And the really big bags are so useful for things like dropping off presents at somebody's house or whatever. Oh wow. All these. Oops. All right. This is more than I could put in my arms at one time. I'm not going to spread these around because usually how we do it in our family is everybody would always get their own pile. But we have as many people as we did when my father was alive. And my brother on Christmas morning, he does not hang out in the kitchen with my mother and me. He stays in his room, might hang out in the hallway so that he can hear when my mother is done with me. But he doesn't really pay attention, even though usually you alternate who opens what gifts and stuff. Hello, Stefan. How you doing? Oh, let's find a cat. You want to find a cat? Is there any cats in here? I don't see any cats. I don't see any cats at all. This totally sucks. No kitties. And Cassie, she has been so bad lately. You want to know where she's been getting up on? God, she's terrible. She's been getting up on here. And I'm afraid that she might knock those stocking boxes down, and those boxes open up and those stockings, clean stockings, get on my dirty floor. I don't even want to think about it. I'd be very, very, very mad at that cat. You know what? There's something I need to get out of my mother's room. So hold on a second. Okay. Here's something else that I want to put out here. And this is for me, but I'm not worried about that. You know, presents are something that you're not supposed to worry about until Christmas, and I am just going to put this around the tree. And usually we start the piles, and as mail arrives, like one of my uncles, a big old box came in the mail. Some cats are very naughty cats. Cassie has been so active at night, and sometimes she just gets climbing on all my things in my room. I'm finally ready to sleep, and I absolutely need sleep because you need more than 2 hours of sleep a night. And she's just so active, and I have to give her a timeout. And I sometimes take her and put her in Ace's office. Okay, I don't want this to cover where it says Trump. So I'm gonna, I'll just, I'm gonna hope that I'm just gonna hope that people don't jar it when they move. And you know what? I'm not gonna cover up where it says Trump. So you know what I'm gonna do with this stocking? I'm gonna put it here. Okay, one thing I'm gonna have to do right now, I'm gonna have to plug in. It says 8% remaining, 15 minutes left. You know, before you know it, I can get distracted and this will power out and the screen will go dead and all that stuff, and we don't want that to happen. So I gotta plug back in as soon as I remove the placemats here. Put all this stuff. Oh, this isn't even plugged in. Right. All right. I don't know how we're going to do this here. Here. Oops. Oops. That was not good. Here. And I'm starting to get hungry. I'm gonna have to cook something to eat, but I may even start to do that while I'm streaming. Trying to get my space for my foot here and plug this in without plugging it in a power strip. Okay, now I don't understand. This is plugged directly in. Oh, okay, it's not plugged directly in. All right, good. Now that advisory thing went away. So, okay, you said my female cat does the night crazies too sometimes. I don't know why. Cassie seems to be going through some changes. My mother said that she was feeling her up and she thinks that she's putting a little bit more meat on her bones. When we first got her, Cassie you could feel her rib cage. She was very, very frail, very thin. And there is so much that we didn't know. I think that she was malnourished partly because the only evidence of food I saw in my dead friend's apartment or around there was empty and full cans of tuna fish. And a steady diet of tuna fish is very, very bad for cats. They can get kidney stones or something else. You need cat food is really the best thing for a cat, and you could supplement it with lean protein, chicken, fish, meat, pork, all that stuff. They eat it. Cats love meat. And I've been giving the cats a lot of supplemental meat lately. I have a nice big bag of cat food now that I am so grateful for. And for the person who got it for me, thank you very much. The cats, I think part of the reason why they've been so rambunctious lately is because they're not happy with the kind of food they were getting. I was all set to go up to Save a Lot and get a big bag. And anyway, I have the cat food now. And so I'm going to leave this here, the Trump stuff there, those things there. And I guess I can put some of these stuffed animals back if there's room, but it doesn't look like there's room there. So you know what? I think I'm going to put them up here, but then that means that there's no room for the big Holy Family thing. But you know what? So there's no room for it. I don't care at this point. I care, but I don't, I'm just trying to make something that looks nice. And the computer almost fell off. I'm balancing my computer on my rice cooker. So, ironically, I have rice on the stove, the pot that fits in this. And I think I'm going to take this off there so that I actually can use the rice cooker. Of course, the rice cooker is on the same circuit as the lights for the tree, and I really don't want to overload that circuit. I've got so many things plugged into that power strip. Look who's here. Tabby boy, my baby Tabby boy. Oh, a baby cat, my Tabby boy. Okay, let's get a cat. You want to see a cat? You want to see a very uncooperative cat? All right, Tabby boy. Let's see. Is that good? Is that good? You like your water? Oh, you like your water. Is that good? You need better water than that. You know what? You need to get on my channel for a while. Let's see some pretty kitty face, and then I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pour you some fresh water. Would you like that? Some fresh, clean, cold water. I can do it. I know how to turn on a sink. Running fresh water is really great in a municipal award-winning water town. Atlantic City Water has won so many awards. People think it's some of the best tasting water in the whole wide world. I don't know why that is, but people seem to think so. It doesn't have a whole lot of taste to it. And, but I don't like to drink unflavored water. I prefer to drink things like coffee and tea and juice and stuff like that. Or I drink some water. Oh, yes. Oh, my tiny boy. What? What? What's the matter? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, stop that. Come on, come on. Hey, calm down. What's the matter? I can't hold you. I can't love on you. What? What's the matter? I love my tab. Oh, my tab. Who's this? I'm back home. I'm gonna love on you. Right? Mm-hmm. My cat. Oh yes, it's my cat. What? What? You have a problem? You don't like my love? What? What's the matter? Why? What's the matter? You being difficult? Hmm? Am I the difficult one? You know I love you. You my kitty? My kitty. Right? Oh. Oh, giving me kisses. Oh. My baby. It's my baby. My baby. My baby cat. Oh, I got belly. I'm touching. Oh. I'm touching your belly. I'm going to get you. Oh, really? What? You going to poke my eye out? You wouldn't do that to me. You love me too much. Hey, watch it, Buster. Hey. I'm going to show people your belly. You're going to poke my eye out. No, I'm not having that. I need my eyes. My vision isn't good, but I need my eyes. Ah! Oh, whoops, sorry about that. Now, he just put germs in my hair. And so I have to do something about that. So let me see what the battery power is on there. It's at only 15%. 1 minute, 1 hour and 18 minutes until full. And he just touched my braids with his paws. So hold on a second. I got to get some rubbing alcohol. I have to sterilize my hair. I will be right back. Look who's here. Oh my goodness. Surprise. Look who I got. Look who I got. I got Cassie. But I got some germs I got to deal with. I got to get rid of my germs. Oh, another country herd farm. You going to complain? It's funny, for somebody that can't hear, you have an awful lot to say. Don't you? Yes, and? What's your point? What? What is it? Why are you crying, complaining so much? You have such a difficult life, really. Oh, if you survey some other pussycats, they would tell you you have it quite easy. Oh, thank you. Oh, I want you to know something, Stefan. I've been figuring out that cell phone. I was able to find the user manual online. I did a search, but that said, I didn't really look at it. I just knew that at least I could access it when I had time. Meanwhile, the other day, um, I took a look at it some, and a good friend of mine took a look at the cell phone. And she showed me some things, and I learned that it has a Wi-Fi detector on it, and I learned where the cameras are and how to switch between video and straight photography. And so I have a little bit of an idea of maybe what I can do with it, but there's a lot I don't know, but that's okay. Um, just knowing that I would have something that at least I could film with in big public places and get away with it. And as long as I can learn how to transfer the footage to something that I could edit it with. And then, of course, I also heard that you can edit using these cell phones themselves, but obviously that's beyond that. That's not, I know nothing. I'm guessing it's an Android, but anyway, I know a lot more than I did a week ago. Because when you first gave it to me, I just kept it in the drawer. I didn't really deal with it because I had so much real life stuff that I didn't have to think about, you know. Now, I still haven't called Best Buy Geek Squad to drop off the Lenovo, and for all I know, I might not have use of that for a month. I have to do it before the warranty runs out. Calm down. Hey, calm down. What? Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Why are you so difficult? You singing a song? Oh. I hope you have good holidays, Stefan. You deserve a good Christmas. Of course, it's COVID. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, mwah. Okay, I'm going to put you down, you crabby ass. Oh, God, listen to her bellyache. So what I'm about to do is this. By the way, I recommend this moisturizer. Um, and I would get it again. Of course, I don't know if they test on animals and what kind of animals they test on it, but I am going to. This actually is full of rubbing alcohol, but no, I thought it was. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to have to get some alcohol, and I'm going to have to get some from my mother's bedroom. Hold on a second. You wouldn't believe this. My mother had a big thing of rubbing alcohol. My brother borrowed it from her, to take to bowling or something. I don't know why. And he's supposedly asleep now, which you know damn well he's not asleep. He was just blasting his goddamn music. I need to put rubbing alcohol on my hair because the cat put her dirty paws that dig around litter boxes. I now have E. coli in my hair. I need to sterilize my fucking hair. This is not acceptable. And no, I can't just use hand sanitizer. If I use hand sanitizer, I will run out of fucking hand sanitizer. Even though, yes, I have a new bottle of it. Still, am I supposed to just dump it on my hair? Is that what I'm fucking supposed to do? Fine. If that's what she wants me to do, I'll fucking do it. Fuck, I had alcohol here. Hold on a second. I thought I had alcohol here. This is not cool. And also another thing, if I do that, the hand sanitizer, it'll probably fade my hair out. If I dump that whole thing of hand sanitizer, not only will I dump it out, I will fade my hair out. Please get my alcohol for me. He's not
Do
asleep.
you hear me? Do you hear me?
I need
Do
to
you
sterilize
hear me?
my hair. And I'm filming right now.
Good. Then let everybody know that you're crazy.
Fuck off. She was out of line. Why she would let him borrow something and not give it back? You know, especially considering that everybody in his uncle needs alcohol right now. Pissing me off. Are you calling me?
This is an alcohol spray right here.
Spray?
Turn a light on. Don't you dare film me. This is
Mom, copyright material. Turn the TV off, please.
You know what? You're getting worse and worse.
Excuse me, do you want me to lose my channel? Thank you.
Leathur,
YouTube.
This is an alcohol spray.
All right. I'll try not to use too much of it. Thank
You
you.
can use it because it's refillable. Just turn off my.
All right. Thank you. All right. This is a refillable alcohol spray. I am going to douse my fucking braids with alcohol. And it's a good thing I don't have any pot to smoke, since that would not be a good idea. Oh, boy. You know what? I'm going to back away from the power strip, because the plug that the lights have, it's a kind of plug that has it's a male and a female, and you're supposed to be able to put another plug in it, and I don't want this mist of alcohol to go on that. See this tiny little, and the thing is, it has a bit of a scent to it, which I really don't like. I prefer straight, unadulterated alcohol. I'm totally saturating the ends of my hair. Can you imagine washing your hair every time the cats did that? There'd be no way you could sustain that. And I thought of washing my hair last night and the night before in the shower, but I just thought, what am I going to do? Undo my braids? And especially when I was out running around doing things and I had to look my best, this would take time, even though this is not the best braid job. And the thing is, I saved a lot of time by making that big fat old braid in the back. I really need to take this out and turn this into like 4 or 6 braids. That's really what I need to do. And since I now am the proud owner of a bunch of black rubber bands, I can do that, because guess what I'm planning on doing, you guys? I'm planning on putting some beads in my hair again. Even though, so at least for the holidays, whatever's left of them, I can have something that looks a little bit more festive. Even though I'm still really upset over the election and different things that are going on, I'm hearing so many conflicting things going on, politically speaking, and oh yeah, I had to show the Trump hat. So I have some really special video content that I have planned to show you, but I need to do this Christmas stuff first. And in case you missed it, for Christmas Eve, I have something really cool. I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking on camera, the usual kind of things that we traditionally make in my family for Christmas. There's going to be a ham involved, And yeah, cooking ham on camera, that feels almost subversive in some ways. So I'm going to be doing that. And I haven't started my baking yet. There's also something else that I need to do, but I'm afraid if I do a video about that, YouTube will decide to age restrict it, and that is something involving brownies. So yeah. All right. What else do I gotta do? I don't know what else I need to be in here for aside from that alcohol. Okay, I'm starting to feel absolutely weak. I really need to eat. I did have some rice with beef stew on top of it for lunch. All right. So my stomach shouldn't be totally empty, but all of a sudden now I realize that I'm really hungry. It's 2:34 in the morning. I am going to reheat this rice that I had made. It's in a steamer. I'm going to loosen it up first so the rice doesn't get all. If you don't loosen it up when you reheat it, it gets crusty on the bottom and it gets a little golden brown if you don't plug it right away. As soon as you loosen it up and make it fluffy, then you add like 3 teaspoons of water, then you turn it on and it warms in like 5 minutes. These rice steamers, if you don't know, they're the best thing. You get yourself an electric rice steamer, you will never burn your rice ever again. If you're like me, you have something on the stove in the kitchen, right? And then you go back in your room to go check out something on the internet and you're futzing around your computer. And next thing you know, you smell smoke and your beans are burning, your rice is burning or whatever the hell because you weren't paying attention and then minding it. Devices like this, it shuts off. As soon as it's done, the lever goes up and it keeps it warm. So I'm breaking this up now so I can reheat the rice and then I will, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I have some tuna and oil. I may do that. I've been eating a lot of seafood lately. It's really good for you. I had shrimp lately and sushi and lox. Oh, I love lox. One of the best meals I ever ate doing showbiz stuff in Los Angeles. I'm trying to remember the name of this movie. Damn, I don't remember the name of the director, and the lead actress was Christina Ricci. And the movie was, at least the scenes I was in, they were shot on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood. And my scenes were in a punk rock record store. I played a shopper. And anyway, craft service had this plate of all these bagels and all this lox, piles and piles. I don't mean tiny little cute little dollops here. I mean big plates of it. And I had 2 bagels, which is 4 halves, and piles of this fish. Oh my God. And they had onions. I don't think I had onions because I didn't want to breathe at people and their capers and stuff. And maybe you could have like, tomato if you want, but I was just focused on the fish. I had, like I said, 2 bagels. And then afterward, I found out it wasn't the craft service for the actors. It was the craft service for the crew. But they were cool. I said, go for it. And it was so good. Oh, my God. I felt that I died and went to heaven. When one of the few non-entertainment jobs I had in California, I worked for a company called I Enjoy Bagels. I and Joy Bagels. And it didn't last very long. Unfortunately, I had a little accident of sorts at the Rainbow Bar and Grill. I got drunk and my car happened to be parked in a place that the next day it got a ticket and I was unable to move it because I was drunk and really hungover. And long story short, I tried not to get a ticket, but I did get a ticket. And since I lost my keys, my mother had to contact the locksmith associated with the manufacturer of the car or something. And she had to uh, real fast, whatever the name of that kind of delivery it was, get my key to me. So anyway, I ended up not showing up for work. I did a not a no call, no show, but I didn't wake up till late and I called too late. And as a result, I got fired. Lesson learned. That was the first time that drinking ever interfered with a job. Um, so, yeah, alcohol can definitely lead to irresponsibility. At least it did with me. So, but I was at the Rainbow Bar and Grill, and it's real easy to black out on Long Island iced teas, especially if your stomach's kind of on the empty side, you know. And depending on what, there's a good chance that maybe my stomach was emptier than it should have been if I was using other substances, the kind that make you not have much of an appetite, you know. And of course, every smart person knows that if you're going to drink, you should have food in your stomach. But if you're going out nightclubbing, you don't want to eat, and have your stomach sticking out. And if you're wearing a bare midriff, and let's face it, the rock and roll scene, I was wearing body conscious stuff. You don't want to. So eating a whole bunch of stuff, before going out doesn't always look good. All right. Good night, Stefan. I know it's 2:29 in the morning and probably people are getting tired. It is now I'm up, it says 2 hours, 57 minutes and 31 seconds and counting. This is really running a little long. All right, I'm going to close soon, but I am going to put this on the rice cooker. Like I said, if I don't start putting something in, I'm not going to feel good. I'm starting to feel a little queasy. I really need to get food in my belly. So, okay, I might as well close this, but you know what? Let me get Cassie again. Oh my gosh, everybody's got to complain about something. Okay, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. I make 3 new videos a week, and I'd love to take you along with me on my adventures. We're going to continue the holiday celebration, so stay tuned. And I have something special Christmas Eve. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and hit the bell so that you don't miss anything I post. Okay, my cats say hello. Good night. Take care. And I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.